Lacrosse splits in their A10 action against the Dukes and Wildcats, but just how will they fare in the A10 tournament? Hello, I'm Dana Pecora.
And I'm Jake Smolinski, and things got heavy as frig for softball as they make a massive series comeback against St. Louis. How'd they do it? You're watching LaSalle TV's home for Explorer Athletics. SportsLine.
Welcome to SportsLine. We're getting to that 7th inning stretch of spring sports. We'll catch you up on all that went down this week as these teams turn their face towards A10 tourneys.
And later, Anna Gomez sat down to catch up with LTV icon and now employed anchor and reporter in South Dakota. That's right, it's track star Maddie Elliott on what will be her final race as a LaSalle athlete.
But first, let's take a look at our SportsLine top 3.
SportsLine top 3. Top 3.
Number 1. Oh boy, this is a big one. After a very significant gift and a multi-year agreement with LaSalle, the Tom Gola Arena at Heyman Center will be renamed to Tom Gola Arena at the TrueMark Financial Center. TrueMark Financial is providing scholarships to explorers and opening a full-service student-run bank branch in the Union this summer. But to all the Heyman lovers out there, don't get too down because LaSalle will announce a new recognition to his name very soon.
And at number 2, we're talking B.J. Johnson. He must have been really excited to hear about LaSalle's new sponsor. And the junior forward had previously declared for the NBA draft, but ultimately chose to return to LaSalle for his senior season. And Johnson was named the All-Big Five first team after leading LaSalle in both scoring and rebounds in his first season as an Explorer. BJ has been a clutch performer for LaSalle since transferring from Syracuse. And we here at SportsLine are stoked to see him return for his senior season at LaSalle and look forward to following the team in the fall.
Number 3, Holt the phone. Explorer athletes are on fire and have caught the eye of the A10. Freshman pitcher Matt Holt was named an A10 Rookie of the Week. Holt was pivotal in the LaSalle victory over UPenn at Citizens Bank Park. The freshman lasted 7 innings, giving up only 1 run while recording 7 strikeouts. Holt added 3 more strikeouts in 1.1 innings against UMass after coming in as a relief pitcher. Softball's Suzanne Swanicki also received A10 accolades after a weekend of stellar performances against St. Louis. Swanicki went 10 for 15 with 11 RBIs and 5 runs scored. She hit 2 home runs and 2 doubles to help the Explorers to consecutive victories against the Billikens. Switching gears, let's move into some recaps to see how it all went down. Softball spent the weekend on the road at St. Louis for a 3-game set against the Billikens. In Game 1, the Explorers were beaten badly as the home team shut out LaSalle by 9 runs. Looking to bounce back, the Explorers returned to action with a doubleheader the following day. The Billikens got off to an early lead with a run in the first inning, but Susie Swanicki hit a 2-run homer in the 5th to give the Explorers the lead. The Blue and Gold would tack on 2 more runs to take a narrow victory and even the series at 1 game apiece. In the final, the Explorer offense was hot, garnering 6 runs in the first 2 innings. St. Louis countered with 10 hits but only crossed the plate 5 times. LaSalle went on to win game 7-5 and take the weekend series.
Ooh, this past weekend, baseball took on UMass for a 3-game set here at home. In Game 1, LaSalle had 9 hits on the day, but managed only 2 runs. Nico Jenkins scored the first for LaSalle in the bottom of the 3rd on a single by Austin Constantini, but the Explorers would not score again until the 8th inning. And the Minutemen took Game 1 by a score of 6-2, and LaSalle's offense looked stronger in Game 2 as Brian Tago doubled in the 3rd inning to score teammate Connor Hinchcliffe and make it a 4-3 game. The Explorers were able to hold on to that lead and Hinchcliffe the win. But in Game 3, LaSalle had only 5 hits on the day and were not able to get a run in. The Minutemen shut out the Explorers by a score of 3-0 to take the win and the series.
The women's golf team closed out their inaugural season this past weekend at the 2017 Metro Atlantic Conference Championship. The 54-hole event was held in Lake Buena Vista, Florida. The Young Explorers squad finished 9th out of the 9 teams at the championship. Their combined total score after 3 days was 369 over par. One of the standout individual players was freshman Rebecca Smith. Her 3-round total of 36 over par put her in a tie for 26th place. but her second round score of 76 was the real talk of the event. Smith's round featured 3 birdies on the front 9, and her 4 over par 76 broke her own single round Explorers score of 81.
Then men's golf went down to Annapolis, Maryland to compete at the Navy Classic on Saturday, April 22nd and Sunday, April 23rd. The Explorers finished in 8th out of 11 teams, and as a collective, they finished their 2 days at Crabtown, wow, with 615 or 47 over par. Seniors Joe Markman and PJ Asierno led the way for the Explorers individual play. Markman finished 7 over par for the event to place him 15th, and Asierno shot back-to-back rounds of 4 over par to give him a 36-hole score of 150. Asierno's 8 over par finish placed him in a tie for 19th.
Women's lacrosse played 2 games over this past week as they prepare to round out their regular season. Despite a majestic and Jake predicted 21-11 win over A10 struggle bus Duquesne, we got whopped by Davidson. But to break things down a little bit, 7 Explorers scored against the 0-7 A10 Duquesne team. Rachel Selpo, Tony Massetti, and Allie Ilgenfritz all scored 5 goals apiece. Scary. However, against a more challenging Davidson squad, our offense didn't click. The Explorers took a major L in the form of a 6-17 loss. The Explorers finished the regular season with a road trip to St. Bonaventure on Friday, April 28th.
And Choice Women's track runners made a little bit of a pit stop at the Laris Ellis Invite on April 21st. Michelle Myland recorded a personal best in the 5,000 meter for a 17.5-minute finish ahead of 20 other athletes. And also finishing strong for the Explorers was Taya Tyler in the 800 meter and sprinter Ariel Mitchell, who notched 6th place in the 100 meter in just over 12 seconds. And for the men, Justin Goyer continued his short distance victory tour, clocking his 100 meter for a 6th place finish ahead of 30 other athletes. Woo! And Anthony Hawthorne secured another personal best for himself in the 800 meter. The rookie clocked in at a competitive 1 minute, 52 seconds, slipping past 22 other runners.
That just about does it for this week's recaps. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, Anna Gomez has an interview with track star and LaSalle TV darling Madison Elliott. Stick around.
Hi, this is Eddie Dunn, host of LaSalle's favorite TV game show, Q&A. I'm here today to tell you to watch LaSalle TV. Though if you're seeing this commercial, that means you're already watching LaSalle TV. So I guess keep it up. You're doing an awesome job. I hope you like what you're seeing. Good job.
A prayer to St. Clair, the patron saint of television.
Oh, wondrous St. Clair, I ask that you bless my television with good reception and good color balance.
I also ask for your assistance in choosing quality programs that provide me with endless hours of enlightening entertainment.
Amen.
Your prayers have been answered. You're watching LaSalle TV.
You know you watch.
Welcome back. We have a very special interview in store as Anna Gomez sat down with Madison Elliott with an interview with track runner, LaSalle TV producer, and queen of LaSalle.com, Maddie Elliott.
Hello, I'm Anna Gomez here on the sidelines with soon-to-be graduate and LTV personality, Maddie Elliott. Thanks for coming on, Maddie.
Yeah, this is exciting. Usually I'm the one doing the interviewing, so it's nice to be on the other side of it today.
Right?
It's fun.
Well, most people know you as an LTV personality
Right.
on LTV News and formerly SportsLine, but you are in fact a long and short distance runner for track and field.
Yes, I am. Most people don't actually know this, but I am on the cross country and track team for LaSalle, and that's kind of what brought me to LaSalle. I was recruited to run here, and I've run all 4 years, and this weekend is my last ever track meet, so
Oh my goodness.
it's exciting.
So 4 years, you've done pretty much all the events, even the field ones. You've thrown some shot put in your time, right?
Not since high school, so no, but you know, I wouldn't mind getting the shot put in my last meet, just to say that I did it.
But Lehigh, it's your last event. What are you looking for?
Well, I'm running the 1500 for my last race, and I'm just hoping to maybe run a PR for the season. I've been getting my times down every single meet, so I'm just hoping to run. At this point, I'm just racing myself and trying to, make my last race one of my best races, and just try to push myself as hard as I possibly can, because it's my last chance to really do that. So.
Yeah, I mean, you've been scratching down on the 1500. It's like a little couple seconds, and then it was like 7 seconds. Yep. So it's really great to see an athlete that does make those progresses and makes, really does put the work in, even though it is your last meet.
It is my last meet, and it's kind of crazy because our meet is at Lehigh University, and I'm from that area, and all in high school I ran at Lehigh, and that's kind of where my track career started. And so it's kind of cool that I'll be ending my career right where I started it 8 years ago today. So it's a little sentimental. It's a little sad. I can't believe it's all almost over, but I'm excited too. It'll be nice not to have to force myself to get up to run on days I don't feel like running. If I'm like, oh, I don't want to run, I don't have to. I'm really looking forward to that.
and that's big, because you do a lot of things. You've interned, you work for LTV, and every day you're running. I see you all the time. You're just making laps around the school. What's that dedication like? What is it like to have being an athlete as well as really put in the time as a student?
It's hard. It's definitely challenging, and it's a huge time commitment. I mean, at the Division I level, that in itself, it's like a full-time job almost. Yeah. And then trying to juggle internships and juggle, LTV, because I want to be a news reporter, and that's my goal after graduation. So trying to get all that career experience while also being dedicated to a sport. So I really have to thank my coach for being so understanding, because there would be a lot of times where I might not be able to make a practice, but that was the beautiful thing about running. As long as I got my run in, I was okay. So it was a lot of rescheduling, being like, hey, can I do my run at 10 a.m. or can I do my run later tonight? And my coaches just really worked with me, and they're really understanding about that. And I think that's the great thing about LaSalle, because they really stress, we're called student athletes, and and there's a reason for that. It's because we're students first, athletes second. And my coaches have really been, have really lived by that. They've really made sure that our schoolwork and all that has come first, and even though athletics is important, it's still not like our student part is our top priority. So they've been great with working with me and trying to juggle everything that I'm doing, and because I've juggled a lot of internships as well and trying to get as much experience as I can. So it's been challenging, not a lot of sleep, but definitely worth it. And coming to the end of my college career and looking back on it, I'm just really happy and proud of all the work that I did. And even though some days really weren't great and not a lot of sleep, it was all worth it in the end. So,
so I mean, tell me about having to juggle that, because you've done so well, apparently, is what you're telling me, is you've really managed that time and your commitments to being a student athlete and to all your other things. What was it like working on an LTV news reporter, and then also going back and taking a run as soon as you're finished?
You know what, a lot of juggling. It's funny, I would maybe write a script for SportsLine and then go to practice, or I would be going to practice and gotta shower quick and run down to the TV studio. So it was a lot of back and forth, between the track office and the communication building. And I mean,
that's a workout in itself.
It was a workout in itself. If I got an extra mile in basically a day, just running back and forth in between the two things. So it was a lot of scheduling, and usually our practices are in the afternoon. So it'd be wake up, class, practice, then work on LTV stuff, come to the studio, and then try to get some homework done. And it was just, but I got into the rhythm of it in a cycle. And once you get into a rhythm of things, it doesn't seem so bad. But I managed somehow, and I'm still alive here today. And I'm graduating, so I made it. I guess I did okay.
Well, you are breaking the cycle. You are graduating. What are your athletic ambitions going forward? What are your career ambitions going forward?
Yeah, so I think running-wise, I need to take a break for a little bit, just to give my mind and my body just some rest. But it is on the bucket list to maybe run a marathon one day, and I figure I should do it soon, because I'm in the best shape I'll probably ever be, right now, training with the girls that I train with, because they push me every day. So I don't want to get out of shape and then try to train for a marathon. We'll see how that goes. But I want to get into some other fun sports, maybe some like kickboxing or something, you know, try something else out. And then career-wise, I'm trying to be a reporter, and I've interviewed at a couple stations, and I find out pretty soon if I'll be employed and moving on to the next chapter of my life. So cross your fingers for me. See what happens.
We definitely will. We are wishing you the best of luck. We love you here at LaSalle TV. We love you here at LaSalle. We're all going to miss you very much, especially here at the SportsLine team. So we want to thank you for coming on, and we do wish you the best of luck. And we can't wait to see what you do in the future. I can't wait to be reading Maddie Elliott wins the Broad Street Run.
We'll see, maybe one day, but I can't express like my thanks enough to everybody here that I've worked with, and you know, my time at LaSalle TV and at LaSalle in general. It's been quite a ride, but I've loved every second of it, and I'm sad to see it ending. But
well, thank you so much.
Yep.
We're excited to see you go because we can't wait to see what happens next.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for coming on.
Of course.
We want to thank Madison Elliott for coming on on the sidelines for us, and we will see you back at the desk.
Some days when I just get to see Anna Gomez interview people, it's like I'm watching Terry Gross, or that doesn't necessarily work because it's NPR and you can't actually see Terry Gross. I don't think Terry Gross has ever been seen, but it's something like that. She's great job with
Either
interview.
way, it's great. It's great.
But the thing is that was just so crazy. It's just moments after we wrapped up this interview, Maddie got a job offer to be a reporter at Coda, South Dakota, where she will be an anchor and reporter. And that is beautiful. We finished wrapping on the interview, and we all went to go get lunch together with 4/5 of the SportsLine crew.
I was not there. I'm sorry, I
and
missed
she missed
out.
the breaking news,
I did.
which happened to be Maddie just getting a quick text, and it was just a really cool moment to see somebody that we very much value and has been an anchor on SportsLine before get that coveted job.
Yeah.
She'll be out climbing mountains, fighting brush fires,
It's
punching
amazing
bears.
to see someone who puts so much effort and time into something that they care about really be successful. So we wish Maddie all the best of luck.
It's lovely. But yeah, honestly though, the thing is, especially with her as a track athlete, one of her biggest strengths is the fact that she has made a constant progression. You see a lot of athletes coming in and they kind of just plateau out, but she has really kept just a continuous climb. So she's definitely like one of my absolute favorite track runners to start, and she's also extremely versatile too.
Yeah.
So it's just, overall, grade A human being. Not too shabby at all. So,
Well,
yeah.
thank you, Maddie, and thank you, Anna, for the awesome interview. There's plenty of LaSalle sports action this upcoming week, so let us welcome.
We're not going to welcome him yet. We're going to be ready to go. We're going to roll to break. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's go to commercial.
Oh, we got to go to commercial.
Yeah, we got to go to commercial. Yeah, we just spitballing there. Dude, Alec, what the frick?
My name is Blake. I received a heart transplant when I was 2 weeks old. I play defense for the Red Hot Tornadoes. The best part about playing soccer is that I get to run around and have fun. Just because I had a heart transplant, I don't expect people to take it easy on me. I can still do anything they can do. Sometimes my heart starts pounding like faster and faster as I go. I know I have someone else's heart inside me. It makes me feel happy because someone was generous enough to give me a second chance to live. I feel like it's my responsibility to live each day to the fullest. And the thing I look forward to the most is having my own family.
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Okay, so now there's plenty of LaSalle sports action this upcoming week, so we're finally going to introduce Sean Kelly for this week's Explore Report.
Thank you, Dana. In this week's Explore Report, the LaSalle baseball team will host the St. Bonaventure Bonnies for a 3-game series this weekend, April 28th through April 30th. It will be a tough battle for the Explorers as they are tied for last place with the Dayton Flyers in the Atlantic 10 Conference, and the Bonnies are ranked in 3rd place in the conference. A key player St. Bonaventure should keep a close eye on is LaSalle's own Austin Constantini. He leads the team with a .314 batting average, 10 runs, and 43 hits so far this season. Over his last 5 games, he only had 6 hits with only 1 run scored. In the meantime, while the Explorers are on the field, they need to defend strongly when St. Bonaventure's Cole Peterson steps up to the plate. He has a .336 average, 32 runs, 44 hits, and 12 RBIs. LaSalle needs a strong defense from the infielders, including first baseman Ben Faso, catcher Brett Simon, and infielder Austin Constantini. Additionally, Peterson has had 15 stolen bases so far this season, so we need extra support from either Brett Simon or Ryan Guggen to prevent Peterson from entering scoring position. LaSalle has only won 2 of their past 5 games, and the Bonnies have won 4 of their past 5 games. So LaSalle needs to intensify their defense on the field and earn some hits, hopefully some runs at home plate.
Oh, thanks, Sean. That was a beautiful breakdown right there. And I guess going back to that Bonaventure game, what I think is going to be really important is the fact that for this game, like as Bonnies is coming in as a top 3 team in the A10, they have to make the trek all the way here to Philadelphia from upstate New York. And I think you cannot stress enough, especially in college with the amount of stuff going on, that yeah, they have like an 8-hour bus ride ahead of them. So definitely intrigued by that. But so you're saying Austin Constantini, are there any other batters that you know of that are just gonna be trying to step up to the plate?
I feel like Austin is probably going to dominate the whole team for this weekend. I mean, he leads the whole team with batting average and hits as well. Yep. So I feel like he's going to be doing a pretty good job this weekend. Yeah,
and I think one of the biggest challenges is the fact that we've seen a lot of our seniors from last year who are best hitters kind of, they graduated. So this is kind of a weird period, and I think the biggest thing is we have so many pitchers, and you're even seeing with the fact with like Matt Holt and everything being named to the A10, like we're doing great within that pitching side. But the problem is we're still a super young team. How do we keep that consistent? How do we take on Bonnies? And we're going to be playing the underdog game, I think. And I think that the key is going to be keeping that Bonnies offense contained. So thank you for
Thank you,
that
Sean.
recap.
You're welcome.
Yes, and now it is time for my favorite segment, Picks of the Week. Let's do it. All right, I'm a little tired today, so for pick number 1, we're talking Lax versus Bonnies, Friday, April 27th in upstate New York, so kind of the opposite of the Bonnies coming down here. We got to go up there. We got to make that trek, and hopefully it's a win. And the thing is, St. Bonaventure, they're 1-7, and they're 1 win from being Duquesne, which is that 0-7 team that we just scored 21 goals against. So I'm not really too worried about this game, but the thing is, consistency issues, they're kind of there just because they got that bus ride, and that's a huge change and big change of scenery. But what do you think our players are going to need to do in this game specifically?
Well, just like to start off, this really, like you said, this shouldn't be a problem for our lacrosse team. We've seen them beat teams to this caliber, so we should have no problem doing this. We just need to stay consistent, and we need to score goals. I think that is going to be our main thing. Also, in the defensive side, our goalies are going to really need to step up because we've seen some pretty crazy numbers against us. So.
Yeah, something about our midfield just isn't clicking. We're getting some of that push in the top with the offense, but the problem is I don't know if I just am hoping that for like one of the last games of the regular, I think this is the last game of the regular season, that they actually don't just sleep on this team, because that could be whoa, hairy. All right, pick number 2, we're talking men's golf in the A10 Championship in Florida over April 20th to the 30th. And so hopefully, I want to see Asiano get on the podium. And, he's been kind of just bumming the middle part of his season, has added quite a few strokes to his average. And he's not exactly the guy to beat right now. And I'm not exactly sure what his mindset is. And if anything, I'm just seeing kind of the whole senioritis thing coming on. Like he's probably he's done too many golf outings. He spent too much time in the links. He's sunburned. He's just exhausted. Yeah. But
I mean, we've seen him do great things at the beginning of the season. So I really just hope he can pull this out and kind of get out of any type of slump he may be in. We've seen him perform great. So I think he has the potential to definitely be that guy to beat.
He's like got like a low of 66, which is for a round, which is a huge deal. Like where most of the averages are sitting at like 68, 69 around there. But the thing is, I would also say do not sleep on freshmen Evan Gaser and Andrew Reynolds. I feel like they've been waiting this entire time. Like Asiano, he got those accolades right in the beginning, but let's see like what he's able to, if they are able to kind of like just move up some notches. All right. This goes on to pick number 3, and we're talking softball versus UMass. And you know what? Once again, let's demolish dastardly UMass. UMass is also, once again, one of the scariest teams out there. And they are like 10-3 in the A10. Our Explorers were 6-9. And you know, we're just coming off a big back-to-back win against St. Louis. But now it's a matter of keeping that momentum rolling. The women retired. They played like 40 games. Dana, like, who do you think the pitcher is going to be that we need for the women's softball team?
We need Marlo Roadcap.
That's
she's
right.
She's just, you know, she's been the standout pitcher for this LaSalle women's softball team. She's been performing great. She's going to do it. She's going to take it home for us.
Hey, Sean, what pitcher do we need again?
Marlo Roadcap.
Marlo Roadcap.
She's got it.
Yes.
Okay, well, I can tell you're just a little green around the ears at this point. We'll excuse you on your first SportsLine appearance. But yeah, the thing with softball, we're getting some serious hits are going on. We got Val Pinheiro doing a great job. Yeah, I'm just kind of excited to see where we kind of take it from here.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
yeah, and I guess also just for the women's softball team, as they try to go take on UMass, it's going to be a lot about like putting together all of like their team cohesiveness and their energy and their chi. Because if anything that we've figured out is that softball is one of the tightest teams on campus. That's going to be key if they're going to overthrow a team as brutal and devastating and horrible.
Yeah.
And I hate that. I just hate, yeah.
Disgusting.
Just, we don't like UMass here.
No, UMass. Okay. Let's just stop talking about that.
Oh, yes, we're done.
All right. Well, that just wraps it up for us this week. If you can't make it out to see the Explorer Report, be sure to tune in next week for our coverage. Keep up with this weekend's other sporting events by visiting goexplorers.com or check out this week's edition of The Collegian.
Also, check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/LaSalleTV. We welcome you to send us your thoughts and suggestions there.
For Anna, Sean, and our SportsLine team, I'm Dana Pecora.
And I'm Jake Smolinski, and I'm wearing shorts. Thanks for joining. We'll see you at the game.